Hello everyone, this is Today in History. Today is Thursday, February the 1st, the 31st day of 2024. There are 334 days left in the year. On this day in 1790, the first session of the Supreme Court of the United States was held in New York City. On this day in 1820, in a battle fought at Cepeda, Argentina, Federalist forces defeated Unitarios, who were advocates for strong central government. On this day in 1884, the first of 10 volumes of the Oxford English Dictionary was published in London, the final volume being published April the 19th of 1928. On this day in 1893, Giacomo Puccini premiered his opera La Boheme at the Teatro Regio in Turin, Italy. On this day in 1901, American motion picture star Clark Gable, whose enormous popularity made him King of Hollywood, was born in Cadiz, Ohio. On this day in 1902, American writer Langston Hughes, one of the foremost interpreters to the world of the black experience in the United States, was born. On this day in 1923, the private army of Blackshirts that helped Benito Mussolini come to power in Italy was officially transformed into a national militia, the Voluntary Fascist Militia for National Security. On this day in 1946, Norwegian politician and diplomat Trygve was elected the first Secretary General of the United Nations. On this day in 1960, protesting a segregated lunch counter at a Woolworths in Greensboro, North Carolina, 4 African Americans began a sit-in. Its success led to a wider sit-in movement throughout the South. On this day in 1978, Harriett Tubman becomes the first African American woman to appear on a U.S. postage stamp. On this day in 1979, the spacecraft Voyager 1 photographed Jupiter from a distance of 20.3 million miles or 32.7 million kilometers. Also on this day in 1979, the Ayatollah Khomeini returns to Iran in triumph after 15 years of exile. The Shah and his family had fled the country 2 weeks before. The jubilant Iranian revolutionaries were eager to establish a fundamentalist Islamic government under Khomeini's leadership. On this day in 2002, 38-year-old American journalist Daniel Pearl, the Southeast Asia bureau chief of the Wall Street Journal, is murdered by a terrorist group in Pakistan. Weeks later, a videotape of Pearl's beheading was released, shocking millions and underscoring the threat of terrorism less than a year after the 9/11 attacks on the United States. On this day in 2003, while returning to Earth from an orbital mission, the U.S. Space Shuttle Columbia broke up catastrophically at an altitude of about 40 miles over Texas, killing all 7 crew members. On this day in 2004, in what was perhaps the most controversial halftime show in Super Bowl history, pop singer Janet Jackson experienced a, quote, wardrobe malfunction when part of her bustier was ripped off by Justin Timberlake. Some argue it was accidental, while others said premeditated. On this day in 2009, Icelandic politician Johanna Siguroardottir was sworn in as the country's prime minister, becoming the first woman to hold that post in Iceland and the world's first openly gay head of government. On this day in 2013, American politician Ed Koch, who had served as mayor of New York City from 1978 to 1989, earning a reputation for tenacity and brashness, died at age 88. On this day in 2021, the military seized power in Myanmar, ousting the country's de facto leader Aung San Suu Kyi. All right, everybody, that's it for today. Today is Thursday, February the 1st, the 31st day of 2024. There are 334 days left in the year.